Welcome! Today, we'll be taking a look at the creatures from the first and second season of the Fatui Harbingers show. In the first season, we have the Triceratops. Now, all of you are going, "Hey Jacob, why does this Triceratops look weird?" Well, that's because I used the Dinodex Triceratops for reference. This Triceratops is unlike any other because its nose horn is bigger than it should be. And we have a newly discovered dinosaur, Sausaya magnomus. From Japan, if you didn't know. Then we have the Apatosaurus. I decided to go for a more accurate coloring, but still kept the Jurassic World design. Next up, Shibuya. I didn't use Mononychus because Mononychus was too popular, so I used Shibuya because it's much lesser known. And I gave it a peacock tail just to make it look cuter. Here we have the Edmontosaurus. And I gave it many colors. A white body, a golden back, black stripes, a magenta pink belly, with some green accents. Since it was going to be Halloween at the time, I decided for a more Halloweeny look on the Edmontosaurus. Next up, Spinosaurus. And it uses the more accurate design. Although it still has the inaccurate knuckle walking habit. But anyways, the coloring is more giraffe-like. And this one needs more introduction. Pteranodon, just your average flying reptile. Then we get Tarbosaurus. Now, if some of you might be thinking, isn't that Speckles the Tarbosaurus? Well, he kinda looks like it, but I gave him a more complicated color scheme. Another more paleo-accurate design, this time for the Stegosaurus. The underbelly is white. The upper body is teal, and the dorsal plates are brown with lavender accents. I don't know how to describe them. Up next, we have the Velociraptor. I decided to go for feathered ones since they are more accurate and fit the cool factor. But this time, I've decided to make them more feminine by giving them the color scheme of the Pokemon Hatterene. And next up, Ankylosaurus. I used the colors of the Pokemon Dreadnought, and they really match with this dinosaur's turtle-like appearance. And then we get the Therizinosaurus. If you didn't know, there's a white spot on his tail. That white spot is actually something. Never mind. It's a little detail. And it has a really long tongue to help it reach leaves from the trees. Then we get the giant hippo. Since the time I made this, Jurassic World Chaos Theory Season 2 was out on Netflix, I decided to put a giant hippo in my series as well. Then we have the Arthropleura, the biggest millipede on the planet. Followed by the Edaphosaurus, not a dinosaur, but a synapsid, a Dudicurus, a mammal from the Quatermain Pleistocene period that looks like an Ankylosaurus, the vulture-looking Kelenkin, and the double-colored Smilodon, orange in the rear, gray in the front. And in the final roster of Season 1, we have the Woolly Mammoth, an absolute classic from the Ice Age. Then Dreadnoughtus, Rex Incognito! No. This dinosaur really fears nothing. I gave it a coloring of green, olive green, red, and yellow. Four of the most popular colors used in dinosaurs. Here we have the Quetzalcoatlus. I decided to make this pterosaur more savage than it looks in real life. Next up, Mosasaurus, which was the only marine reptile in Season 1. Usually, mosasaurs in the Genshin franchise are depicted as bloodthirsty monsters. But this one is depicted as a more elegant sea creature. Here we have the Carnotaurus. At first, you might think it doesn't look special, but when it opens its arms, the underarms are actually blue, just like the Carnotaurus from Prehistoric Planet. Here we have the Tyrannosaurus Rex. I decided to go more accurate for him too. Then we have the skeleton Tyrannosaurus Rex. The Fatui gang was being chased by this T-Rex, because this T-Rex has gone absolutely nuts on them. With the help of a few prehistoric friends, they managed to destroy it. In Season 2, there's so much more to the skeleton T-Rex lore, but we'll save that for later. In Season 2, we are introduced to some newcomers, such as the Centausaurus, a hadrosaur from China, another dinosaur from China, Sinoceratops, with heart-shaped holes in its frill. Utahraptor. I've decided to go for the bleeding heart pigeon for the coloring. Utahraptor is bigger than a velociraptor, if you didn't know, and the show really exemplifies that. Diplodocus. The coloring of the Diplodocus was based on the timber rattlesnake. Gorgosaurus is up next. The skin color of this tyrannosaur was based off of Madagascar day gecko. Eutyrannus. This guy has more natural colors than Euler Lawrence's Eutyrannus form, which is more white than it is brown, like in this guy here. Here we have the Lilinosaura, looking very cute. Everyone in the comment section is going, Molly Po Kinich! Yeah, that is Kinich's dino form. Up next, Hesperosaurus, the Stegosaurus's cousin, and then Thanatos Dracon. Sandrone actually sang a song up with them, which many people enjoyed. Next up, Ichthyovenator, an Asiatic Spinosaurus knockoff. Or maybe not. And then we have Dimorphodon. His colors were designed after Zazu from the Lion King franchise. The original, not the remake. And there we have Platybelodon. The adult form reminds me so much of Mika's Platybelodon form. And there we have Amphision, the bear dog. This looks familiar. Where have you guys seen it before? Comment down below. To me, it looks like the bear dog from the second season of the Genshin Impact animated series. Since Christmas is coming, I've decided to put in some more Ice Age creatures, such as this Megaloceros, the Meolania. This turtle appeared in the episode The Weeping Grandma. Pelicanus Shriberry, a giant prehistoric pelican that debuted in the episode Winged Drunkard. And there's a fictional rhino, Buddhapherium, meaning beast of Buddha. And last but not least, Australopithecus, mankind's first ancestors. Next up, the Plesiosaur albertinectes. This is its first appearance in the Genshin franchise. Females are more dull, while males are more colorful and larger, and they have a longer neck. The coloring for the male albertinectes was inspired by the aquatic coral snake. And next up, we have the ammonite called Parapuzosia, which was funnily named the parrot ammonite. Next up, Cynornithosaurus. Its second appearance in the Genshin franchise after debuting in the second season of Sumeru Krumeru. How reassuring is that? Next up, another new addition to the franchise is Tawa. Tawa is a very poorly known dinosaur. Such a shame. And then we have Rajasaurus with that kingly chin and those splendorous colors. And here we have a baby Giganotosaurus. He was an orphan after his family was murdered by the skeleton T-Rex from Season 1 and his skeleton raptor army. Speaking of skeleton raptors, these little guys are looking for a new master to serve after the death of the skeleton T-Rex. And their new master they wanted to serve was Stegoceratops. It may look similar to Ross Signora's Stegoceratops form, but more aggressive and destructive. There you have it, every single dino. Whoa, that's a lot of dinos. See you guys later!